Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Team Jesus Outdoors. Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about fall prep, particularly map study during the fall. Title block just behind the shoulder. Let's make sure. Guys, rarely ever when I'm going fishing do I not start my fishing prep with a little bit of map study. Even a lake that I have fished many times in the past, I'll still start with some map study. A perfect example is Belleville Lake, which is only 15 miles from my house, and I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on Belleville Lake. I still, more often than not, when I'm heading to Belleville, I pull out the old maps and I take a look at, based upon the season that it is that I'm fishing, and how I understand that species of fish to relate their movements to that particular season, I'll take a look at the map and find a few likely areas that I can start looking for fish. For example, here on Belleville, multiple times throughout the year, one of my favorite places to start looking for fish is any place where the channel swings near a steep shoreline bank. So right here, for example, right here, for example, here, and on the other end of the lake, here's a great example, here's a great example, and again over here and over here. Now, I really like a map with a little bit more detail, because on these more detailed maps, I really get a much better look at what that looks like here, here, over here. That is typically the beginning of my fishing prep for a fishing trip just about anywhere, with very few exceptions. One of my favorite lake map books to use is the Michigan's Best Lakes Fishing Maps Guidebook by Sportsman's Connection. Many of you guys have seen this book before. Many of you guys have even used this before. Fall finds many of us in the woods. Fall finds us in the woods with our archery equipment chasing deer. In November during the firearm season with our rifles and our shotguns chasing deer. In this particular sense, hunting is no different than fishing. Deer follow predictable migration patterns the same way that bass do. Just like I generally start a fishing trip with map study, I generally start a hunting trip with some map study also. Here in just a few weeks during the firearm season, I am going to be staying up here at Pine Lake Cabins, and I'm going to be doing some deer hunting in this state forest area in and around where the cabins are located. And I'll probably also spend some time over here near the Manistee River in some area that I've hunted for years. I know this land pretty doggone well, but this land around Pine Lake here, I've only barely I've just scratched the surface in exploring this land over here near Pine Lake. So I've spent a little bit of time in this section of woods right here, but I know that there's some swampier area over here where I've spent very, very little time. So it's this area that I plan to explore a lot better this year. But hey guys, I know that there are some electronic options nowadays for map study, and I've used some of them. And honestly, I just feel a lot more comfortable with a good old paper map in my hand. I can't really put my finger on it. I can't tell you why it is. I would just much prefer to have a good map book in my hand as opposed to looking at an electronic map on my phone. But hey guys, the Sportsman's Connection has the entire state of Michigan covered in just 2 books. You've got Southern Michigan and Northern Michigan. And the Northern Michigan book includes the UP. Hey guys, and for those of you that do prefer the electronic version, These books are both also available in an ebook format. These books are great. They show the public land boundaries. They have some detailed trail information. These are great maps whether you're fishing or hunting or camping, hiking, biking, paddling, cross-country skiing. Whatever you're doing in the outdoors, these are great books. And I highly encourage you guys to start your fall hunting trips, just like your fishing trips, with a little bit of map study. Hey guys, I've partnered with the folks over at Sportsman's Connection, and they've sent us a couple sets of these map books. I already have a set, but they've sent us a couple sets of these map books, and we're going to include these. We're going to include a couple sets of these map books in next year's 5,000 subscriber drawing. So guys, keep sharing those videos, help get us to that 5,000 subscriber mark. We are going to have a big drawing next year. I'll leave a link in the description box below in case you're interested in getting a hold of Sportsman's Connection to check these books out online. Hey guys, speaking of our hunting trip to Pine Lake, I mentioned a few times before, my buddy Paul and I and both my sons are going to be heading up to Pine Lake the weekend immediately following the gun opener. So that's like the November 18th and 19th, and I believe we're staying on Monday, so the 20th. But we're going to be staying up at Pine Lake at the Pine Lake cabins. And hey, we've put it out there that you guys, our subscribers, are more than welcome to join us up there. I checked this morning, there's still a couple cabins available for that weekend. You're welcome to get in touch with Pine Lake Cabins. You can find them on Facebook. You can do a Google search and find their website. But contact Pine Lake Cabins, book yourself a cabin. We're really looking forward to a good time of fellowship. We're hoping for some decent deer hunting this year, and we're hoping to get out on Pine Lake. I'm going to take the little Crestliner Kodiak here. We're hoping to get out on Pine Lake this year and do a little bit of fishing while we're there too. So hey, we'd love to have you guys up there and join us. We'd love to have your fellowship. If you're interested and you want details on this, you can get my email address from the description box below. I always put my email in the description box. Or you can go to our website, teamjesusoutdoors.com, and you can get details on the trip and my email address. And just let us know that you're planning to join us. Get a hold of Pine Lake Cabins, book yourself a cabin. You'll be on your own for meals and your own hunting, your own fishing. But we'd love to have you up there and join us. Hey guys, I would never, ever, ever take my rifle afield without knowing that my rifle is sighted in to where it's dead on nuts. To me, that's the absolute most critical thing I do in deer hunting prep. But next to that, a good bit of map study to me is the next most important thing. Guys, we really appreciate all your support. We appreciate you watching the videos, smashing that like button. We appreciate you guys that are subscribed. We really appreciate those of you guys that share our videos on your social media platforms. When you share our videos on Facebook, or when you share our videos in a message to a buddy, that really helps us out. Hey guys, we'd love to have your support on Patreon. We do have a Patreon account. Several of you are Patreon supporters. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, at the website teamjesusoutdoors.com, upper right hand corner, there's a link to a drop down box, and from that drop down box there's a link to our Patreon account. So if that's something that you've considered, we'd love to have your support on Patreon. Friends, hey, good luck this deer season. Guys, there's a ton of fishing opportunities out there right now. The river's fishing great for walleye. Perch are going nuts in both St. Clair and Erie. There's just smallmouth bass are jumping right now. There's all kind of fishing opportunities that are going to be great for the next month. So whether you're going to hit the water, whether you're going to hit the woods, whether you're going to do a little bit of both, good luck to you guys. Be careful out there. Hey, God bless, tight lines. We'll see you guys on the water.